So this was about last week. Was the last 2 weeks? I think it was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was talking about trust, and I was complaining bitterly. I was talking about accusations, how easy it is for people to accuse people. Somebody will just come up right now, accuse you like this. You'll be wondering, like, how do they even sleep? And they would do it without remorse. So when I made that video talking about accusation, um, I'm looking for the thing. Let me show you my screen. I'm looking for it over here on my computer. I can't find it. It's as if I don't really know. Did I remove it? I don't think I removed it. So on that particular video, there was this man. They accused him of assaulting his daughters, and so people were just criticizing the man. It's like that thing was removed though. The one I'm seeing it. Okay, this is the video. Well, I couldn't find it because of the thumbnail. I used screenshot of chats. Okay, this video now, if you go to my Instagram, you'll see this video. On this particular video now, the man, he was accused. What did they accuse him of? They accused him of assaulting his daughter, right? What did it end up being? His wife, promiscuous woman. She doesn't stay one place. She's always sleeping around. And each time he goes for work, he would be coming back to hear that this person went with your wife here. We see your wife here. You see your wife, that kind of thing. When he tries to confront his wife, she makes him feel like, he's a useless man. How is he a useless man? He's always working. He's going out. He does like, you know, everything he can to survive. That is his own skill set, right? Yeah, the woman was making him extremely uncomfortable, making life hard for him. And they would fight, they would run into arguments. He had kids with her, so he couldn't just go. Now, for me, I don't really know why a man should actually stay with a cheating woman, like seriously. Because most of the men that these women end up, they cause it, oh. Do you know what it is to stay with a cheating woman? Anyway, let's leave that one first. People have been making their way with, this woman. Because he's always beating her. Domestic violence. That's another one. If this person is giving you a headache, why don't you just let them to go? I can never understand domestic violence because I don't know how to put it that you're giving me trouble. And instead of me to just walk and go, I will not stay there and be beating you and be staying with you. Me that have one kind of mind. If you provoke me, hey, wait, don't do it, oh, and you're sleeping, you're close to me. Hey, you wake up for morning, hmm, hmm, me, I don't even know how to talk. So each time me and somebody have a problem or a quarrel, I avoid you because there's so many things I could do to you that I don't want my intrusive thoughts to just execute it, and I don't want you to do because I'm also thinking of the hardest, the strongest thing you can do back to me. So me, I'm now wondering how you beat your wife, you beat her and she'll be bleeding, and somehow you still stay with her in that same house. How? Do you know this person that you have beat is already angry you beat them? I don't know, Sha, but if somebody beats me, I will beat you back, oh. But if I know you be beating me, you be winning me all the time, I might want to win you in other ways. Anyway, that winning in other ways was what happened because she went to the police station and she made a complaint that this man was assaulting the daughters, that he was touching them and all that. So that is the post over here. Now, let me share what they just posted today on that case. On that case today, he wants to sue the woman. Now he wants to go to court. That period, she was giving you signs that she was not ready to stay one place. You could just easily go, like move on with your life, right? But you said no, because of my children, because of my children. Now is that same because of your children that they are now accusing you that you want to now assault those same children? This man has luck. There was only one thing that helped him. When they told him to write statement, he said, I want to call my lawyer. See, if you don't have a lawyer in Nigeria, it's really very bad. If you don't have a lawyer in Nigeria, it's extremely bad. It's the worst thing that can happen to you. It's the worst thing that can happen to you if you don't have a lawyer in Nigeria. Because this police, sometimes they don't want to hear the other side of the story. Oh. The moment they just accuse you of something, they have already started believing it. Businesses go wrong. I had a case 2021. I'm going to share the. Oh, I need I need to plug this my phone. Let me pause. Let me connect my phone. I'm going to. Okay, thank you. I don't need to. I don't need to. I don't need to share my this thing. I don't need to. Let me airdrop. The cut pepper is still here. I'm going to describe what happened, and my very bitter experience. So you know that sometimes when you hear things, you don't believe what you hear. You try to investigate. Where did I keep this on my albums? Let me just focus. I don't. If I'm doing it in such a hurry, I won't be able to find it. Uh, I should have paused this video. Let me pause this video and find it. Okay, I've been able to find the document. So this is a lawsuit I had sued Access Bank. You can see the year 2021. You can see the court's ID. I sued Access Bank and I sued the Commissioner of Police. You can also see another one over here. I was demanding for 100 million from Access Bank. So at the end of the whole day, they said they didn't freeze their account. Funny people. This was an account that was frozen for long because I had this thing I used to do, this automation thing, where like if you bring in some cash, we'll put it up on an account. Like I can have lots of people who would be on this automated system and we do automated betting for them. So a customer came in years ago. We had a chat on WhatsApp. He was like, he wants to try this automated thing, which is automated betting thing. We said, okay, no problem. Now, within this period, we had so many Ponzi schemes that were on the internet. We had Rockstar Lee, we had MBA Forex. These people's model were basically Ponzi scheme. There is no automation anywhere. There is no bots. There is no sports betting. Nothing. You know. So there was a pandemic of it. Customer reached out to us, told us that he would want to try out our sports betting platform because he has done that one that gives him games to play, which is the one that will tell you play this, play that, the realnaps.com. So he has been to realnaps.com and he has tried it out. He has played the games. He felt like he wanted more. Like instead of him to be playing these games himself, he wanted to use that one that does the betting automatically, like automatedly. Customer said we should prepare the system for him. We told him the bill. He said he had no issues though, because if you pay make a payment, you set it up on the system and it starts running. Within a space of a day or 2 days, if I'm not mistaken, order has been processed, server has been set up for automated betting to go on. I don't know if they sent the guy, but I'm happy I had a lawyer because sometimes when you see people on the internet who just write scam, fraud, sometimes it's not really like that. Oh, and the worst part is when people accuse you and you can't defend yourself. I feel that is the worst thing that can happen to anybody, especially when it is a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding could be when you expect business to go like this, maybe you have a downtime, and sometimes it's beyond you, right? Let me come to that one later. Customer said he's not doing again. This was after system have already been set up. We had two softwares. If you want to put it on your own computer, we had like an app you put on your computer and it does the betting for you on your own betting accounts. Like imagine you have your own Sporty Bet or your own Bet King. It will be playing the games in your own specific account. There is a software for that one. Then, if you want us to put you on a network where the team plays on so many other accounts, you cannot put in on that network. So him himself, he had the access to do this thing by himself alone. Like he doesn't really have to tell us, okay, you know what, put it on a general network. You can do it by yourself on your own account. He said he wanted us to handle it. He would feel better if we're the ones doing it. who entered. Oh, he said he's not doing again. That he saw something on Naira Land. What did he see on Naira Land? What did he see on Naira Land? That somebody posted on Naira Land that the whole thing is a scam. I say, what's like, it's hard to understand. So on Naira Land, they have set of frustrated developers. I really do not know why a developer would see me right now and tell me that it's nothing like web automation. These people don't even really have skills, right? But somehow they feel like they know it all. That no, how can you create something that can script betting fixtures in real time and find patterns, pick it and predict it. There is one notable article. Let me show you this notable article. Naira Land, Bet Ninja, scam, apps. Now watch. You would want to fence. Watch. Just see. Look at what somebody posted about us. Let me zoom it. Watch. Let me read. Share your experience. This guy will tell you to pay him money in his account for him to bet for you, and people actually pay. It's just like giving someone money and say, go and play visual for me. Who has a good story should share. When you pay in his account to bet for you, is he actually betting it as a truthful person, or he will use the money for God abeg oh. Then he now, because then it was a pandemic. Everybody would come in and say, how can somebody create so I'll be like, it's web automation software. It's web automation. It is Playwright. Playwright then I was using Playwright, I was using Selenium. So Playwright, Selenium, I'm a software developer. Should I run a simulation for you? Right? But some I think it was hard. There's another one where somebody said that they calculate. Let me look for that one. Let me look for that one. Uh, Naira Land real calculator. Uh, that thing is not here again. Oh, it's not here again. I was looking for a particular post. There was a time they created something. Someone said that the whole thing wasn't. I don't really know. I don't. When I want to talk about it, I used to feel like my brain IQ is reducing. Like I feel like my IQ, my brain reduces, right? Because someone came in and created a thread. He said something like, how did he even put it again? The calculator from real apps is a scam. And someone created a website that will just be giving you rubbish prediction. And it's a scam. They should go and they should find this guy. They should do this. It doesn't win all the time. Me being somebody who took out time to script, who was devoted, always finding up the patterns, developing the algorithm, it felt like an insult as someone said I just created a website that was just doing nothing. But more importantly, at that particular year, within this 2018, 2019, 2020, I was very kind of popular on YouTube. And why was I popular? I make videos on sports betting. You will see me log in, play Bet Ninja, play Sporty Bet. I loved gambling and I used to bring it online. I used to bet. So when I created Apps, something I could predict what somebody can bet, it became like, okay, you know what? This is my own startup tech idea. Other people who managed to create fintech apps, back then shit was not fintech. It's now we're having a fintech craze. Back in those days, it was social media. Everybody wanted to create their own social media, right? Skimmy or to go was even a very big thing. Um, it wasn't fintech. We had people who were content management system, CMS, inventory manage. There was a point inventory management used to be a craze. People would go to small supermarkets. Hey, madam, this is your shop. There's a software now. You buy computer here, all your goods you track it. So people had different things. They were different niche of tech they were doing. Me, I was able to go into automation and I knew how to analyze data and find patterns. So I picked my own niche, which should be creating a platform that will tell people the next game to bet with high probability. the developers I'm seeing on Ireland, they were not people who knew anything that had to do with web scraping, analysis, or anything. So those ones, they just came into my platform and they said, hmm, and all they could think about, maybe because their mind wasn't that filled up with that technology, so all they could think about were looking for different patterns, trying to look for, different things, how it will not be what it is. Like, no, it's a website, maybe it has somebody who just be bringing any prediction. Or this guy go to sleep. One said this guy go to sleep at all. Say, do you sleep at all? I know say every day you go to update the page. And I said, where there is socket.io to consistently keep posting games in real time, where there's a script engine and a pattern finder, why do I have to sit down manually and be predicting what to play on sports betting when I can actually automate the whole thing? But maybe because web automation wasn't very popular. Because why is as if people follow me for web automation is when I started web automation, it wasn't like what it is now. Like right now, people started going into web automation because of advertisement platforms like AdSense, maybe AI. ChatGPT made it easy for you guys. You just tell AI what you want. ChatGPT will generate a puppeteer script for you or a Selenium script for you. Back then, we had to read documentations, and I used to blog around this, like, cause that was my own field. I liked the automation thing. So maybe I don't really blame them because they don't really know much about automations. But to an extent too, it was a bit like, so is this why you're actually defaming me and calling me names? And you're seeing it like it's actually real. That was when this client made a mistake and he went to see something like that. Obviously, most times when people see things, they don't want to ask, they don't want to know the other side of the story. All they want to know is, I saw something on the internet and the person said this. Whether you are having, in my own case, it wasn't even a downtime, right? It wasn't really, I didn't never really had a downtime apart from one time when I had my betting account, which is my agent betting account. I had issues where I wasn't paid on time. So I think it was a normal thing then with Bet King. They were having like this little shake. So on Bet King, the payment wasn't coming in, and I had like betting shops. I was a cashier on different betting accounts. So on Bet King, there's something we used to do then. Anybody who has a betting shop will tell you this. If you before they change it though, if you accumulate lots of games, betting used to pay you about 8% or so. So that's how we used to bet on it, that it would be as if our account is going up and going down, going up and going down. But the thing is, when we I'm not supposed to be saying this kind of thing because it's as if I'm confessing on record. So I'm going to cut it there. But we had this cashier account and we could make money from it. So that was something I was in that I made so much money from. However, they stopped it. So that was just a brief moment when I felt I had issues with maybe um people made winnings and were not able to pay, because when they kept accounts on hold, I was like, come on, we can't make withdrawals for now to when they sort it out, right? But the way troubles work is that once there's an issue, once there's an issue, some people don't want to hear logic. If you're telling them right now that, okay, we're having an issue right now, we can't disburse payments. Yeah, look at this 409, this criminal, this scammer people. They said, oh, and it stays there. And people come sometime in the future, they have not really, really understood what is happening. And sometimes it's hard for them to really want to hear you because anything you're saying, they're not like, hmm, hmm. You don't mean it. Because what they're saying right here is really strong. And this person has proof. What they will call proof is maybe a payment, receipt. But what if somebody pays for something that you are delivering that for whatever reason is hold and you're trying to communicate to the person? And I don't want to go into how some customers are really very, very worried. But this customer here was worried. So when the customer came in, he said he has a POS point, and not just that, he has a POS point, that he does this thing where he freezes people's accounts, bank accounts, right? That he can make your account just go frozen. I say, for something that you paid for, that we're delivering. He said no, that he saw some things online, that people saying the whole thing is a scam, but it's going to teach me a lesson and it's going to use me as a scapegoat or something that I'm going to beg him. I'm not like, okay, like where is all these things coming in from? And I said, oh, it's these developers that don't even have what they're doing on Ireland, and all those people who come in and say, "Oh, maybe I played game, I made losses." He's telling me I lost. I mean, oh, guy, it's what it was. It's automation. It's the same game we used to play, but if it loses, it loses. So if we created a system where this thing was playing game, it was playing game. We made money, good. But if we lost, we lose. Stop being a crybaby. If the system loses game, should I pay you because my system lost game? Good. If I had that thing on writing. But funny enough, I have the opposite. That should anything this thing play games for you and it loses, I'm not liable. Like this is just pattern recognition. We don't have a guarantee we would win. We're predicting. And you say yes, or they say they don't use to read terms and conditions, but they'll say yes. And now the thing is playing some games that ended up losing. And you're telling me right now I should give you the money that it lost. If not, I'm a thief. What kind of logic is that? But somehow this logic finds its way to the internet. And if it comes along with things like payment proof, you rarely say anything that makes sense. And that was what happened. So he now started coming up, he's going to make issues. He took us to court. No, he didn't take us to court. He did this thing where they will go to court and they'll get. No, they didn't even use courts. They didn't use court. They didn't get court affidavits. What he actually did was he went to the bank. I think he has somebody in the bank because he started saying when the money came in there, we now remove the money. And we're not like they removed the money. You paid for something. They processed your order immediately. It's not like your money was sitting down there and they told you your order has been processed. Like this is going into setting up those accounts too. Like make it make sense to me. Is the money supposed to be? How do you even know when money moves in and out of our accounts, right? And that thing was so painful, oh, because you're talking to him. He's acting like he knows it all. You've made payments for something. They forwarded it so they can handle it. You're saying because the money forwarded that they should give you your money or else. Access Bank came in and they froze our bank account. Tried to do transfer. I had lots of videos back then. Tried to do transfer. We couldn't make transfers. And me, I was like, I had an account manager back then. And the account manager was like, this lady, she has been to our physical office in Obibo. Because we had an office in Obibo. She knows this office. I was almost going crazy at that point in time because the whole narrative was becoming, extremely almost believable, right? Where this customer now has been able to freeze his account. And I'm trying to call my account manager, like, what is happening? Like, I can't access my accounts. And funny enough, this is also where we would make withdrawals to pay people. So if we can't also receive money into our accounts, nobody wants to start paying people from other places other than the company's account. So the company will be able to give out what is it called again? Proper analysis of money that went in and went out. And then I only had Access Bank as my bank, my corporate account. And so me myself, I was like, what is happening? The lady will be like, she'll get to me when she gets to the bank, she'll sit. Fast forward, she went to the bank. She said is that I caught something or thereabouts that she is a complaint from what she had, but I should go to the bank and confirm. Now, me, I was still very focused, extremely focused back then. I was coding, I was doing other things. So I sent the secretary to go, the secretary of the company to go. When she went there, she was arrested. That they're taking her to the police station. She was saying, no, you guys should really let me explain what this transaction looks like. Access Bank did not even let her talk. They were just there as if, Before we knew, that was how she landed at the station. Luckily, she was well known in the area. There were people that people could look up to, and they just allowed her to go with hopes they will come back for the case. When I saw it, I felt terrible bad because I was hoping my bank would at least listen. Should somebody say they made you at least, which one is you hand over the person to the police? Okay, police can listen to what they're saying. Those ones there in Port Harcourt, you're like, they'll take us to CID. Then they will not transfer us from CID to Benin that we don't know what we have entered. Are you even listening at all? Like, are you letting these people really letting you know now that this is an automation system? This person has made payment for this. This whole thing is writing his whole charges that they defrauded him. It's nothing like this. Anyway, you know the way it is in Nigeria. Nobody really listens to you. Just like what happened to that man. We followed up the case in court. We replied back. Now, when we replied back, the magistrate, the judge, they looked at it and they were like, is this really a case? Like, you made payment for something. You didn't even give them time. Which alignment is they don't have? He said we don't have a CAC. We don't have physical address. That was how I was telling the account officer. You know our office address. Our office address, you know it. You've been here on numerous times. How can somebody say we don't have an office address? You're not even helping us tell the bank that no, bank is not really the way it is. Oh. That one, I don't even really know if she bought into what they were saying or what. She just gave me long legs. You've been to the office address. Didn't we bring CAC when we registered our account? They said on the charges, on the what the other guy sued, that we don't have CAC. So painful. The bank will now be sending me message every day. I should update my documentation, and I couldn't access the account. So when the magistrate listened to the matter, they wiped the case off. That case was not even a case now. That was when this guy now messaged me on my private Instagram, telling me, good afternoon, good evening, sir. That the thing is that he doesn't really want to do it again. I should send him back his money. I said, I should send you back your money. Do you know how much I paid my lawyers to appear in court? You could actually talk to me like a normal human being, but you came in telling me that you saw something online but today I've jammed the wrong person. Just like that, you have made me spend money on litigation for no common reason. Made me inconvenience someone's child. She was there writing statement and being scared for no reason because you saw something off the internet. I didn't give him more. I didn't give him, but later on anyway. At the end of the whole day, he came back years ago. I think he actually understood that he was wrong and he talked back. Funny enough, he's a cool person. He didn't even, he's not a troublesome person, right? Just that sometimes people could get, misunderstood. And when I was done was now when I now sued Access Bank. So I sued Access Bank because it was, for me, I felt it was betrayal. I felt bad. I felt like at least the least you could do for me as your customer is to at least hear from me. But then when I see hear cases like this too, like the one that is bringing this topic, what I would usually tell myself is, do I really blame them? Do I? Yes, I do. Why do I say I blame them? No matter what it takes, if you have not heard from the other side, it is not true, no matter what. If you have not heard from the other person, it is not true. Truth is when you have proper context, which is from the left and from the right, and you analyze. Now, I feel like anybody who doesn't behave this way is very gullible because if something is happening, you're just taking one side, taking one side, taking one side. You're not comparing. How do you know you're making the best decision? This man was very, very lucky. Why was he lucky? He was lucky to have a legal advisor. Me, myself, I'm really very, very lucky. If I was not in a position of having a good lawyer where we got the first case worked out, Access Bank, I don't use Access Bank again. I couldn't use the bank again after then. Morally, I was hot. I didn't get any proper apology. In fact, most later, because of the inconveniences, we couldn't run business again. Things were done. Somebody else now came in and started trying to do almost similar things. And I told the bank, you see that inconveniences will get my business. That almost for many months I was going to court with people. And people were the only account I had. If I tell you the damages it cost to me as a person. So I think I don't know. I also reached out to the person's lawyer, and I don't know how it went again because it's a long time ago. But I did not have any business with that account again, and I just moved on with my life. Today, I don't take money. Oh. If you tell me you want to send me to no, just put it on your own computer, whatever computer you're using, install it on your computer and run it there. Let it play the games for you. Why? Because it's scary. It's scary when someone says, I want this thing to be playing automatically. And you think, oh, maybe yesterday was a losing day. And the funny thing is you could come in today and have it like that. I've seen where we entered like today. We're having a losing day. Customer said, please, he wants to withdraw. We said, please, let's see how the following day would be. The following day, we also had a losing day. When we withdraw and said, customer, sorry, maybe it was not working for you because we have tried 2 times. He said we should balance it, we should give him the remaining one that he lost that first and second day. That in fact he was so smart, we wanted to keep him there so he would lose for multiple days. That if he want to come and drag us online, we started saying Omo would have just allowed you to withdraw the first day. Oh. Now we don't want to even be in the position again of having to do betting for anybody because it doesn't go well. But imagine how lots of people today saw one of those things online and still judge me with it without even hearing from one side of the story. Anyway, nobody really cares. At the end of the whole day, I mean, it's always going to be like this. You want smarter people around you who are able to look left and right. If anybody sees you and they're already concluding without really knowing you, Maybe you don't really need them after all. Maybe they're not the kind of people you want around you. Because why would you believe something without hearing from the other person? Doesn't make sense.